So welcome to the first ever TGS Quickies, your one-stop shop for sharp and quick news coming from the world of football. We are discussing the very important topic coming out from the Indian football scene, and that is the ascension of East Bengal FC to ISL. Yes, you heard it right. Next season, we might be seeing East Bengal FC playing for ISL, the Premier League for Indian football. And that is a big news because not just the fact that we are going to get back the Kolkata Derby and the true essence of Indian football superiority can be explained through this ascension, but also the fact that East Bengal's ascension shows ambition. East Bengal's ascension shows that Indian football is heading towards the right track. And we're going to discuss about that quickly in today's quickie session. So to start it up, Vishida, what information can you give us regarding the technicalities involving this ascension and the deal happening that is bringing forward the club to the upper level?
The initial bid was invited by FSDL in the first week of September. So Sri Cement Limited picked up the papers in the second or the third week of September, and they filed the paperwork in the Ministry of Corporate Affairs under a new name that was Sri Cement East Bengal Foundation. So the sporting rights was with East Bengal Private Limited, which was formed during the takeover by Quest. So after that, the sporting rights were given back to East Bengal, but it had to be formally given to the new firm in the last EGM. EGM is the emergency general meeting that was called in the last week of September, so that the paperwork can be filed and the audit papers, the takeover receipts, the term sheets, and the bid can be submitted to FSDL by probably this week. The initial draft has been already sent to FSDL, and they are now awaiting remarks FSDL gives so that they can officially announce the foreign signings and imminent coach arrivals.
All right. Name might be different, but the emotion will remain the same, that I'm sure of. Now, again, whenever a takeover happens in the world of football, it's always exciting for the fans because takeover is very similar to the word that an influx of transfers and good signings are coming your way. So, on that note, Manchu, what information can you give us regarding what sort of flagship signings or incomings we're expecting that is going to mold a team up for the level of ISL?
Yeah, first of all, I would like to mention about the executive general meeting that Trishit had already said about. So there was a little bit of confusion, between the two parties regarding some clauses and amendments in the contract. But I think as of now, the news is out that the East Bengal officials have signed the final term sheet, and it's a go ahead. And I think this impasse needs to be, dealt with very soon because most of the other teams have already arrived in Goa, and they are going to start their practice after this quarantine period ends. So East Bengal are already lagging behind, with no announcement of their coach or of their foreign roster. So, but I think there is one name that's leading the race, and that is Robbie Fowler. He looks set to be signing as the head coach of East Bengal FC. And along with him, a few names from the English transfer market would follow, I guess, because Robbie Fowler is a big name, in English football. He's a former Liverpool legend of the English game, and I think he'll have a huge part to play in the transfer policy of East Bengal. And one name that's surfacing is of Scott Neville, the Australian defender, who was playing with Robbie Fowler when he was at Brisbane Roar, when he was managing Brisbane Roar. And he seems to follow him to East Bengal. And Scott Neville also has a dual citizenship. So he's an Englishman, but he owns a Australian citizenship. So he also qualifies for that Asian player in the foreign roster. And I think there's another player who's linked from Wigan Athletic, that is Daniel Fox, another defender that's been linked. So I think these two centre-back signings, defensive signings, are going to really bolster their squad for this season.
All right.
As per the Wigan manager, John Sheridan, Danny Fox has left Wigan Athletic as of Tuesday.
All right. So exciting times for Indian football, and even more exciting time for the East Bengal fans who have been probably waiting for this news to blast out and have their footballing aspirations and hopes met up with. But things don't look too straight, to be very honest, as it is often with football and football business as a whole. So Chamindara, what input can you give us regarding the current scenario with this?
Well, this scenario is actually a bit tricky right now, since a few of the board members of the previous club ownership has raised a few concerns about the terms and conditions of the takeover, right? So, although we don't exactly know about the legal intricacies of the contract, but this situation is that neither of the sides are willing to lose their grasp on the terms and conditions. So I guess there is a legal expert to help the help ease the situation. So I guess it will be solved very soon, and there are many meetings happening almost every day. And FSDL is also very interested in making the deal as soon as possible, since it will be a great marketing prospect for them to for East Bengal to come to the ISL, right? With the prospect of the Kolkata Derby and the big fan base that would be coming along with the club. So I guess the things will clear up in a very short amount of time, and by next week, I guess everything will be fine.
All right. And on that note, Rishita, you have anything to add to this particular topic?
What Chaminda said is exactly true. Okay, the impasse happened between the club and the investors, and as per talks this week, thing was the investor wanted full control of the club committee and the management as well. But the club members had an inclination that for 100 years we run the club on our own and we are not going to give up on it. Okay, the investors get an upper hand, obviously, in every club they take over. But things have to be run as they were, because this small hurdle turned into a snowball. So fans felt like it was a genuine threat to East Bengal's chances playing in the Indian Super League. But it was never the case. So a mutual agreement would always take place, and it has happened. And now the time has passed. So as of now, FSDL has to just send the final remarks on the paperwork that they have submitted on the initial draft, and then officially East Bengal will be playing Indian Super League football.
So all I can say is that this is a very exciting time to be an Indian football fan, because the flagship event for Indian football has been and always has been this Bengal Derby, which is prevalent since like more than like hundreds of years. And also the fact that there have been till date 369 competitive matches between East Bengal and Mohun Bagan, and between them, East Bengal has the edge with 129 victories over Mohun Bagan's 119. But at the same time, when Mohun Bagan was bought out and converted into ATK Mohun Bagan playing for ISL next season, there was a lot of hue and cry. A lot of fans became emotional, thinking, is this the end? There was so much discrepancy and so much doubts and questions regarding what will happen to this age-old derby, this particular tradition, which has divided families and united families all across generations. Like, so what's going to happen to this? So there was a lot of uncertainty about it, even though everything is not yet signed, sealed, and delivered. But still, there is a hope that the flagship event, the event that with which Indian football is most known of, is finally coming to the premier stage of Indian football, and we might get another chance to relive it and relish it. So on that note, we'll be updating you people with any update that comes up from Indian football regarding the confirmation of the bid and the confirmation of the Ascension. But as of now, keep your fingers crossed, because we really hope this is a great thing that should happen to Indian football. And if it does happen, then I assure you that within like a couple of years, from 5 or 10 years, Indian football is finally will move towards the zenith that it has always deserved to move towards. So that was our TGS Quickies on East Bengal FC, or as we should say, Sri Cement East Bengal FC. And that's it. We'll be updating you with any other big information coming up with other Quickie sessions. So stay tuned, subscribe to our channel, and like this video if you like what you see. Bye-bye.